Hello, my name is Professor Brett Davies. I'm a barrister and solicitor at Legal Consolidated. Congratulations, you are building your put and call option. This is a rather exciting document. I remember in the 80s when I first started practicing as a lawyer, we did them a lot. We used a lot of put and call options, particularly with mining, a lot of mining tenements and things. So how do they work? Well, before we look about put call, let's look at just a call option, which is a very common document, and we sell a lot of those documents. You can build them on our law firm's website, just like you can build this put and call option. So a call option is there's a guy that owns the asset and there's a guy that may want to purchase the asset. He goes to the vendor, he goes to the owner and says, look, could you give me 3 months to make a decision as to whether I want to buy this document or buy this car or this property or this factory or furniture. Give me 3 months so I can check everything. And for that I'll give you an option fee. So I'll give you, the owner, an option fee of $1, $500, $1,000, $100,000 option fee. And I forfeit that if I don't exercise my option to buy the asset. So now armed with this option to buy, I can now go ahead to the bankers, I can go to other people, go to town planning, get approval, look at other options, talk to my wife, talk to my husband, do lots of things. And I then decide, during that 3-month period, I decide about a month and a half in, yes, I'm going to buy it. And I exercise that call option. So I just write a note, I exercise my call option, and now the purchaser must buy and the seller must sell the asset. That's a call option. Well, that's easy. What about a put option? It's the opposite. It's where the owner can force the purchaser to buy the asset at some point in the future. So the owner's sitting there and says, look, I would like to give you an option fee of $1, $100, $1,000, whatever, to you, Mr. Purchaser, so that I have the right, and any time, maybe it's over the next 18 days, I have the right over that 18 days, that option period, to force you to buy my asset. And you sign up the put option and you've got that. Now, a put call option is those two options put together. So the seller, the vendor, the owner can force the purchaser to buy if the owner exercises the option, and the purchaser, the person that may want to acquire the property or the asset, can also force the vendor, the seller, to sell. If neither party exercises the put or the call option, then the option lapses. Let's say the option was in place for 8 weeks. During that 8-week period, there's a lot of mucking around and thought and planning approval or whatever, and talking to parents about whether you should buy that E-Type Jaguar for $85,000, which my parents never gave me the money for, and probably best they never did. And you goes on and on. After the 8 weeks, it's finished. The option period is expired. The option fee, let's say it was $1. One purchaser paid the vendor $1 and the vendor paid the purchaser $1. The $2 are lost. If it was $10,000 or $1 million, that's lost to the transaction. But if the put call option is exercised, it means the purchase must go ahead. Now, we're a law firm, and one of the advantages you have is you are dealing directly with a law firm. There's no programmers here. We're lawyers, and therefore you can telephone us any time for legal advice, and we can even help you answer the question. So enjoy the building of your put and call option.